lesson is on solving equations with whole numbers. This lesson will be filmed in 2 parts. A couple of important notes that children need to know is you must get the variable or the letter alone on one side of the equal sign. When the letter is on one side of the sign, the answer will be on the other. You can get the variable or the letter alone by using inverse operations to undo what is being done to the letter. And what you do to one side of the equal sign, you must do to the other because of the properties of equality. This will keep your equation balanced. Let's do some addition examples. You would write x plus 14 equals 29. Our goal is to get this 14 away from the x so that we can isolate the x and have it on one side and get the answer on the other. Since we're adding 14 to x, we need to do the inverse operation, or the opposite, to get rid of it to isolate the x. Therefore, we will subtract 14 from both sides. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other, so it would look something like this. Notice we subtracted 14 from both sides of the equal sign. This side will cancel out, leaving just the x, and this side, when you subtract, will give us the answer. X equals 15. 9 minus 4 is 5, and 2 minus 1 is 1. Now we need to check our answer by using substitution, which we learned in the variables and expressions video. Take your answer 15, swap it out with the x, and work the original equation. And if it is true, you are correct. 15 plus 14 equals 29, so we know that we're correct. Let's try one more addition. A plus 15 equals 23. You ask, what is being done to the A? They're adding 15, so we must subtract 15. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So it would look something like this. Notice you've subtracted 15 from both sides of the equal sign to keep the equation equal. This side will cancel out, leaving just the letter A, which is what we wanted. This side, when you subtract, will give us the answer. A equals 8. Now we're going to use substitution to check our answer. You're going to substitute the 8 for the A and work the original equation. 8 plus 15 equals 23. Yes, we are correct. Let's try some subtraction. You write y minus 12 equals 15. We need to get rid of the minus 12. Since they are subtracting 12 from y, you need to do the inverse to get rid of it. Therefore, we're going to add 12. What you do to one side, you must do to the other, so it would look like this. Notice we're going to cancel this side out, leaving just the y, which is what we wanted. This side will give us the answer. Y equals 27. Now we're going to use substitution. We're going to put the 27 in the y's place and work the original equation. Does 27 minus 12 equal 15? Yes, it does, so we are correct. Let's try one more subtraction. N minus 37 equals 42. You ask, what is being done to the n? We're subtracting 37, so we must add 37. And what you do to one side of the equal sign, you must do to the other to keep the equation balanced. So it would look something like this. This side will cancel out, leaving the n, and this side will give us the answer. 7 plus 2 is 9, and 4 plus 3 is 7. Now we're going to use substitution. We're going to put the 79 in the n's place, work the original problem to see if we're correct. 79 minus 37 equals 42, and we are correct. This ends part 1 of the lesson on solving equations with whole numbers. Now you must go to part 2 to see multiplication and division.